Hi guys, I'm Mark.
I'm Penny.
And we are the Oyster Boys, and today, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, we're entering a competition, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
And then
the Black Friday, all about dark beer competition from London Amateur Brewers.
All right, third place. We are on to the European Black Lager category. Again, 3-2-1 on this one. Third place goes to Mark Rogers, co-brewer Jamie Penny for Cashing Checks, a Czech dark lager.
Hey!
Yes. So, although we are going to be deciding which beer we're going to put forward, we've got 4 different versions to try.
Yep.
And then from that, we will then do an oyster score of the winning one, and that will be Cashing Checks.
Cashing Checks, yeah. It's
Czech dark lager.
Yep, OBCDL.
Yep, there we go. So we've got 2 here that I've obviously bottled from the keg, and then there's 2 inside that
On draft.
Yes, and we've got 2 malt bills, and then from those 2 malt bills, we've split batched and we've used 2 different types of yeast.
Yep.
Same for the both, but obviously 2 different in the split batch, if that makes sense, giving us 4 different types of beers. So, and essentially what it is, so we've got Cashing Checks 1, Cashing Checks 2, I did number 2.
I did number 1.
Cashing Checks 1, which is not here yet.
Yeah, will be here. It will be here.
Well, the base malts for both of them were the floor malted Bohemian,
Yep.
which was a pretty much standard for your Czech dark lager. And then Cashing Checks 1, Munich Malt 2, CaraMunich Type 2, CaraMunich Special Type 3, and then 60 grams of Saaz.
Yep.
You did what, 4 at the boil, 20 at the end, was it? Is that what you did yours? Yeah. And then obviously for Cashing Checks 2, the same base malt, but CaraMunich Type 1, Munich Malt 2, Simpsons Black Malt, Simpsons Chocolate Malt, Tettnang for the bitter and hops, 40 grams, 20 grams of Saaz at the end. And the yeast that we use were, they were Wyeast 2124.
Is it pronounced W-yeast or Y-yeast?
Wyeast.
Wyeast.
Why would it be Wyeast if it's a W?
Yeah.
Or was it a Y?
W-Y-E-A-S-T, Wyeast or Wyeast.
Okay.
Who knows?
Must be one of them.
We use one of them. One of them.
Yeah.
Slap packs.
Yes, you slap it, it goes big, you drop it in. Tell you what, we used 2 of these now, and the Krausens overflow.
Yeah,
Yours did, mine
crazy.
did.
Yep.
It loves it.
It's active.
It loves
it's because it's already going before you put it in, isn't it? Rather
Yeah,
than just
yeah.
sprinkling a dry one in.
That's true. And then the other one was a dry yeast, Mangrove's Jack M84, also is the Bohemian Lager yeast.
Yep.
Okay.
We're back with the first 2. We've got Chasing Checks 1.
Yep, number 1.
1. Wyeast, Mangrove Jacks.
Same for me, yep.
And then, do you want to actually get these 2 in as
Yeah,
well? And we
okay.
can see if there's any difference in the way
So,
they
do you
look.
want me to pour?
Yes, please. Which
So,
one's this?
This is the Mango's Jack, so just put that on
Yeah,
that
put it
one.
on the right. Just keep it,
Simple.
yeah. Are these bottled off the keg?
Bottled off the keg, 18 psi. So the carbonation, it's said, should be low to medium.
Yeah.
So, well, we're doing the research. Says, you know, obviously it's a lager. It should be what's it called? But I'm having it up there. It should be sessionable as well.
Well, let's hope they are.
And then this is the
Wyeast,
whatever you want to call it. Strange off the both same carbonation. One seems, well, it's not strange. Obviously, it's different. Well, it's the same grain bill. It seems to hold the head.
I mean, they're all
We've had that before, though.
They're all very dark, aren't they?
Yes, yes. In terms of look, so we've hit the nail on the head there. So
Yeah, they're all black as night. Black as night. Maybe a bit lighter, actually, these 2.
yeah.
I
So
think. Yeah,
should we do Cashing Checks 1?
Which is this one? Yeah.
Which is the Wyeast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's,
yeah.
I
Right.
suppose, just check between the 2 of them which.
Well, coffee straight away.
Yeah.
Although with this one, I sort of get less aroma. It's more.
I think this one smells
bit more
better.
yeast
It's like
from that
coffee
one.
and some like cherries and.
Yeah, it's always creamier. So
Yeah.
apparently as well, cherries might not be a good thing because the aroma, medium to medium high, sweet malts, caramel, nuts, maybe a little bit licorice.
Yeah.
Not much hoppiness. You don't get much hop at all with them. No esters or anything like that. Fruity esters is not what we want.
Okay.
So. But for me, I mean, I definitely get coffee,
Yeah.
a little bit of, a little bit of licorice in there. Less so with this one. This one does smell like it's got a bit of the esters coming off it, a bit of that sort of fruity note that you get from the yeast.
And I suppose when you swirl it around actually with
Yeah.
that Mangrove Jacks ones, you get
Nice tan head, which obviously again what we're looking for. I prefer the smell of
the Wyeast.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Prefer the Wyeast smell.
Yeah.
Do you want to taste them or do you want to move on to the next one?
Should we smell the others?
Yeah, fuck it. That's very different, I think, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Not as intense, I don't find.
It almost smells like it's a bit stripped out, maybe. Or,
Yeah.
Let's give it a swirl. Get things livened up a bit.
I'm not getting much anything from the Cash and Checks number 2 with the...
With the Mangrove Jacks.
No.
No.
Maybe a slight bit of coffee when I really stir that glass and get it close to me. So for a moment, I think this is in the lead.
I think this is the winner so far.
Yeah.
But all we've got to do now is try all of the beer. What a shame. What a shame.
Right.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Well, it's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Full-bodied.
Mm.
What do you think about the carbonation? What have you got yours set on?
I think it's set about 16, but it doesn't feel like it's
No,
enough.
it should be a bit more.
Should be more.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
It's very cold.
No,
Start
it's
the
very
fridge.
nice. Nutty as anything.
Mm.
How do you find it? Because you're not a massive fan of dark beers. That's really ashy, nutty sort of
Yeah.
coming from it. Almost like a stout-esque.
Yeah,
But with
yes.
that...
It definitely needs more carbonation, and I think we've got a
Yeah.
couple of days where I can crank up the carbonation
Yes.
on the keg before it needs to be posted in, so that's good. If we were to choose this,
Yes.
this one, for example. I think the flavour of it's good, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely sessionable.
Yeah.
You could definitely, it's not, one of the reasons I don't really like dark beers is because you have a few and then you feel full.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
but
think you
with-
get that.
No, with this it's dark, but it's kind of light
Yeah.
to drink, isn't
It's
it?
not very sweet either, which
No.
is good, which gives it the... Although, what about the malt? Obviously, for me, you're not really getting much of the base malt, which may be... What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it.
Okay. Okay. Should we try the other one?
Okay. Cheers. Same beer, different
Yeah.
yeast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cash and Checks number 1. Carbonation's higher on this one. What's going wrong with yours?
Not quite sure how. They're both connected to the same keg at the same PSI, but the carbonation is definitely better on this one, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Mm. But I don't think it tastes as good.
No, it's like, almost a little bit watered down of intensity than this one.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
I do like it, but I almost feel like the yeast is overpowering a little bit of the chocolatey notes and stuff
It does.
like that.
It feels like with this one, the yeast cleaned up after itself a lot better.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas this one is still,
Hung around a little bit.
yeah, there's a bit too much yeastiness in there,
Yeah.
which probably isn't really what you want from this style of beer, I don't think.
No, because it's got to be sessionable as well, and you really need
Yeah.
that sort of cleaned up, crisp finish, don't
Definitely
you?
more highly carbonated for
Yes.
some unknown reason, but
I like the carbonation.
Mm.
I think you got that right on. So, well,
moving on to
Cash and Checks number 2.
with the Wyeast.
Wyeast. Cheers.
Cheers. Definitely better than this one,
Right. Okay.
I think. Obviously, it's not as cold as this one, so I'll probably taste more of it.
I was going to do exactly the same as you.
I still think actually this.
Well,
But that's close
it's
though.
difficult for me because this is more intense than this one. It's got to be sessionable. In my mind, I do like that one better than that, but I don't know which one to go for the style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't pick
Yeah,
the
of
best
course,
until
yeah.
we've tried this last one, really, can we?
No. Let's try it then.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. What I would say is this is probably my month's quota of dark beer on one table.
Getting your eye on him. I mean, just from looking at that at the camera, you can almost see which two I preferred, which yeast was my
Yeah.
favourite.
Yeah, definitely these two, the Wyeasts, have done better, I think, than the Mangrove Jacks.
I think that's just purely a liquid yeast. It's just higher quality than maybe.
Well, definitely a higher price, aren't they?
Yeah,
You know?
to pay more.
And there will be a reason why you pay more.
Yeah.
You know, not to say that dry yeast are bad. There's some really good dry yeasts, and you know, lots of breweries all over the world make commercial beer with dry yeast.
Yes,
right, you
yeah.
know. But for this particular test, these two that were made with liquid yeast out of the same malt bills, or you know, two beers that were split, the Wyeast or Wyeast or Wyeast or Wyeast or that's
There goes
dead,
my phone.
are better.
Yeah.
Better. So okay, so now we've narrowed it down to. I feel like I'm playing that game where you find the
Yeah,
queen.
don't mix them up. Don't mix them up.
Right, these two are the two Wyeast ones. Right, this is one. This is two.
Don't drink it all as well because we need to score it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to drink two now, and then I'm going to give the answer. for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. That was a mid-drink burp. That. It's close, isn't it? This is
We'll
thrilling.
have to fast forward this bit because
This is-
people are
this
just
is-
watching us
this
drinking
is-
the beer.
Thrilling viewing for
I know,
anybody.
I know. It's like radio where they're watching someone do something. Right, I've made my mind up.
Okay.
What was if we could both say different things? Right, bear in mind, you got to hit the profile. It's got to be sessionable.
Yeah.
I almost think you might have to pick which is the best sessionable one.
I actually think this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think two. Sadly for me, that's the one that Penny made.
Rick wrote, did write both recipes though.
He
didn't
did write both recipes, yeah. But I think two is the best one here.
Yeah, for sessionability.
Maybe to do with the lack of carbonation in it in my fridge, oddly.
Yeah, but it's just that's very intense.
Yeah.
And I just think that's, although I love it and it's really nice, and I'd have one or two, for if someone give me a lager, I'd expect that sessionability, which
Yeah.
I just think that has it. I just think it's less intense with the special malts and the coffee malts, and moving forward. So
this is the winner, right there. Now you've got to mark it. What you've got left looks. Looks like there's not a lot in there.
Right.
It's it's dark. It's black pretty much. I suppose if you hold it right up to the light, it's a very dark reddy brown, isn't it? Really. It's got a lovely thin tan head.
yeah,
because it's been transported around here. I'm not a dark beer fan. I give it a 7.
yeah, it was a 7 for me.
Yeah.
7 for me.
Aroma.
It didn't hit massively on the aroma when I was doing the 2.
But
It smelled nice. It's not.
actually smells better now. It's been out for a while, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's warmed up a little. Maybe we've swirled it a little more.
6.8 for me.
Yeah, I'd go the same. 6.8. Taste.
Good for me.
That's a 7.5, I think, mate.
7.9 for me. I really like it.
You
Really
dark
like
beer
it.
whore.
I really like it. From all the dark beers that obviously we get kits sent to us, not kits, we pay for subscriptions of beers from our local bottle shop every month.
Yeah.
And I put down on the description, big fan of dark beers. So I've got a good palate to judge from. That's really good,
Yep.
7.9.
How much does it cost?
So it cost £30 for the whole kit.
That's for
23
litres, but
Yeah.
also 2 packs of yeast.
No, I did it with just the 1 pound.
Oh, just the one. Okay, right. Okay, so £23. So for 46 pints.
£30.
Sorry,
for 23.
£30 for 46 pints.
Yeah, so it cost £1.30. The yeast obviously is the most expensive, but it had a lot of special malt. It's got like 4 or 5 different types of special malt.
£1.30. It was £30,
Yeah.
but it was 23 litres, which is almost 46 pints.
I need to divide that by 2, don't I? 65p.
65p a
Good
pint.
job, you're with me. Roughly 65p a pint.
I'd happily pay 65p a pint for it.
Well, we would. Any beer. If Tesco's own brand lager was being served at the pub, I'd pay 65p for it. But we've got to take in consideration everything.
Yeah.
It's not the cheapest, but it's got a decent yeast, loads of special malts and stuff like that obviously add to the price. I think the Bohemian floor malted grain it's not your standard base malt either.
No.
So 7.
I'd say 7's fair.
Yeah.
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 Sessionability there, we're probably differ on sessionability because while it is a drinkable beer, I could probably only have 3 or 4 of them.
7.5 for me. yeah. I can drink it like it's for that one. I couldn't.
Yeah.
The others would be, 3, 4 or something like that. But that one, because it was I felt it was toned down on because on the thing.
These two would have been too intense for
Yeah.
me to even be 3 or 4. 4. I'm going to 4 out of 10, by the way.
Because there was a lot of, in this one it had the Simpsons black malt, chocolate malt, but less of the sort of the CaraMunich and stuff like that. But
yeah.
sticking with mine, definitely,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll let you know.
Actually, because we do get feedback on this competition as well.
Yeah, and
Well,
by the time this video comes out, we can let you know where we ranked.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, it might not know where we ranked, but we'll let you know what score we got. And how we did.
Yeah, what score we got, comments, feedback and stuff like that. If you want to try the recipes, obviously we've got them on the screen and stuff like that, or you can message us. If you've entered the competition,
Tell us how much better than us you did.
Yeah.
But I think that's it pretty much, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Thanks for watching. Smash like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah. See you
Oysters
later. Oysters out.